We're back. We're back. We're just waiting now. So now is the sentencing phase. Okay. The judge has to decide whether it's going to be life or the death penalty. Let me see. So yeah, has to decide what life or the death penalty. We should do a poll. Let me. I'm thinking death. I think he's going to go for the death penalty. I just, especially with the jail calls, he hasn't been remorseful. He's been like the entire time he hasn't had any remorse. He had the opportunity to speak this morning. That was his chance to talk. I mean, he's going to talk now again. Now he's going to talk.
Please be seated.
But before the judge made a decision, he could have spoke, and he decided not to. He said, "I want to speak after." Okay. So what is he going to say? Is he going to be
Let me
remorseful?
take care of first things first that I got to take care of first. So one thing in housekeeping, there was a thumb drive that was presented evidence in the Spencer hearing this morning. And let the record reflect states present, defense counsel, and defendant present. You can be seated. Has that been submitted to the clerk?
It has not. I was considering it as a demonstrative aid to the court. If the court prefers that I file it, then I will. I've got it in my pocket.
I think it was made part of the record and referred to, so I think it's been identified. I would just, yes. All right, and when we left, at the end of the Spencer hearing, the defense indicated they had further argument and potentially wanted to talk to Mr. Wilson about presenting anything further regarding the Spencer hearing.
We don't have any further evidence to present. The court can inquire of Mr. Wilson if you would like, but he has elected not to provide any testimony in his defense.
So at this time, the defense does not have anything further regards to Spencer hearing?
We do not, Your Honor.
All right, is that correct, Mr. Wilson?
Yes.
Okay. Anything
With
else
regards
from
to
the
Spencer
state?
hearing.
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay. Then you did indicate you had some argument in regards to sentencing?
I do,
All right.
but we need to approach.
Okay.
So he wants to say something with regards to sentencing. I don't know what he's going to say, and I'm really wondering what approach is he going to take. What's up? We're back. We're back. 76% so far say death sentence. 24% say life. Okay. Haven't talked with his lawyers.
And as per the sidebar, I know Mr. Wilson didn't approach, but waiving his ability to be up here at the sidebar. And I'll just say what was said, that basically this morning we had the Spencer hearing. At the end of the Spencer hearing, defense counsel indicated they may have further argument and wanted to speak with Mr. Wilson regarding any other potential testimony. We recessed until 2 o'clock this afternoon. And so the court came back in to see if there was any further evidence or testimony, which appears there's not. And if there was any further argument regarding
There's nothing to say?
sentencing. Subsequent to that, I will take another recess, and then we'll come back for the court to issue a sentencing order at that time. So that's procedurally where we are.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, so is there any further argument then?
Oh, yeah. Do you want to get a podium?
Yes.
Judge, briefly, you've heard all of the evidence, the testimony in the case. On behalf of myself, Mr. Hollander, Ms. Perez, Mr. Wilson, We want to thank you for your consideration of Mr. Wilson's sentence in this case. We understand that when a jurist takes the bench, we hope you don't have to make a decision like this, but we know that Your Honor has paid close attention. You've considered the law, you've considered the facts, the evidence, and you're going to render the decision that you think is just. Obviously, it's either sentence is a terrible sentence. The sentence of death is worse in that if there is a mistake along the way and we can't correct that mistake, we can't correct the sentence after it's imposed. We'd ask that the court consider the 3 statutory mitigators: the capacity of the defendant to appreciate the criminal nature of the conduct or to conform that conduct to the requirements of the law was substantially impaired. Obviously, you've heard testimony that he consumed quantity of controlled substances. He described it to the officers, said it basically made him almost insane. Defendant requires specialized treatment for mental disorder that is unrelated to substance abuse or addiction or for a physical disability, and the defendant is amenable to treatment. We don't know what kind of treatment that's going to be on death row.
Slippers.
We know that he needs treatment. There's testimony to the fact that he's been on treatment. He's been on the same treatment throughout his stay in the Department of Corrections and in the Lee County Jail. He needs that medication. He needs that treatment. Defendant cooperated with the state to resolve the current offense or any other offenses. I'm sure the court recalls that Mr. Wilson provided a statement to law enforcement. At the time he provided the statement, he was not aware that they had located the second victim. He was doing that in an effort to assist the victim's family. They had already located the second victim, but he didn't know that. He provided them with details that, but for his statement, they would never have known. We have non-statutory mitigating circumstances. Defendant was born to drug-addicted teenage parents. The defendant's biological mother suffered mental illness. Defendant's mental illness presented at age 12 and was precipitated by puberty and substance abuse. Defendant was diagnosed bipolar disorder, and I call it schizophrenia. It's a little bit different diagnosis. Defendant is loved by his adoptive parents, Candy and Steve Wilson, who has provided a statement to the court. Defendant is loved by his sister, which was reflected in the statement read to the jury. Defendant was profoundly affected by being abandoned by his biological parents. He's been a loving son to his adoptive parents, as reflected in the statement read earlier today. I remind the court that the jury's recommendation was 9-3 for one victim and 10-2 for the other. Under their previous statute, that would have required this court sentence my client to life. Likewise, I would remind the court that Mr. Wilson has been waiting trial for a long time. The unfortunate death of his previous counsel prolonged the litigation and impacted Mr. Wilson greatly. I point out to the court, lastly, obviously the court has received, and I know that you haven't read them because I have received notification from your office that these letters have been received by your office, but I know that the court would not read an ex parte communication, that the letters have been sent back to us, but obviously there are people that have been pleading for Mr. Wilson's life and for the court's mercy. There are some 40,000 people that have signed petitions to that effect.
Wow.
We'd ask the court to take into consideration that death is permanent. Death is different. And we're asking the court to impose 2 life sentences for Mr. Wilson.
State.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon.
I'd like to point out, and I agree with defense counsel, that death is in fact permanent. Christine Melton was 35 years old.
Yep.
Diane Ruiz was 43 years old. Both of their deaths were permanent. Back in June, when this court heard the facts and circumstances of this particular case surrounding the deaths of Miss Melton and Miss Ruiz, this court should have learned that this case was nothing more than power, control, and violence that led to murder. Mr. Wilson's decisions were not only pitiless and consciencelessness, but they amounted to tragically reducing Miss Melton as well as Miss Ruiz to nothing more than memories and photographs to not only their families but also to their friends. The only reason why that happened was because they both encountered Mr. Wilson. The state, back in July, went ahead and prepared a sentencing memorandum for the court to consider. The reason why the state did that, Judge, was because the state wanted the court to be aware and point out specifically the facts and circumstances supporting the aggravating circumstances and factors that the jury considered in this particular case, and that the jury specifically found proven beyond and to the exclusion of every reasonable doubt. Specifically, the jury is the one that found that Mr. Wilson was previously or contemporaneously convicted of another capital felony or of a felony involving the use or threat of violence to the person. That particular fact, an aggravating factor, was established throughout the course of this trial by virtue of the verdict that was rendered by this jury when they found Mr. Wilson guilty of both counts of first-degree felony murder and first-degree premeditated murder. Secondly, Judge, the jury found beyond to the exclusion of every reasonable doubt that the capital felony was committed by a person previously convicted of a felony and under a sentence of imprisonment or placed on community control or on felony probation. Once again, this court, as well as this jury, received testimony, not only by virtue of receiving certified court-rolled prints, a certified copy of conviction as business records, but also received the testimony from our crime scene tech who conducted the fingerprint analysis and determined that Mr. Wilson was in fact one and the same of the individuals who was convicted of two felonies, that being trafficking in stolen property and false information to a pawnbroker on the 18th of September of 2019. That was less than a month before these murders occurred. That was established beyond and to the exclusion of every reasonable doubt, and the jury concurred unanimously on both of those. Capital felony was especially heinous, atrocious, and cruel. Judge, this particular factor screams for justice. The homicides by which Ms. Melton and Ms. Ruiz died at the hands of Mr. Wilson sets this case apart from normal capital felonies because, once again, it's conscienceless and it's pitiless. And it's unnecessarily torturous to both Ms. Ruiz as it was to Ms. Melton. You heard about the fingernails being broken, the many bruises to their body, of the face, the swollen eyes, the contusions, the bruising all over the torso and arms, the hemorrhages on both sides of their neck, the scalp bruising, the contusions to the lungs, contusions to the liver, to the back of the bladder, to the colon. Her brain was swollen. That was just Miss Melton. And then we have Miss Ruiz. She had the fracture of the nasal bone, the laceration to her left breast, her bruising on both sides of her body, the bruising on the back of her left forearm and on the back of her left hand, the fracture of her fourth finger, the bruising on her right arm, the contusions on her upper back the hyoid bone, the trachea cartilage being broken, the multiple rib fractures in the front and to the back. And then we have the hemorrhage on the back of her neck. And then you couple that with the fact that Mr. Wilson went ahead and placed his hands around the necks of both of these women and allowed their lives to slip through his fingers when both of them knew they were going to die. The jury found that particular factor, Judge, unanimously, as to both Miss Melton and Miss Ruiz, that it was heinous, atrocious, and cruel. He overpowered them, he controlled them, he silenced them by placing his hands around their neck. Judge, we submit to you that factor should be given extremely great weight. And lastly, Judge, the aggravating factor of it being cold, calculated, and premeditated. The jury found, beyond and to the exclusion of every reasonable doubt, unanimously, that this aggravating factor applied to Miss Diane Ruiz. That evidence that was presented, beyond and to the exclusion of every reasonable doubt, you heard and was corroborated by the evidence in this particular case, the statement that was given by Mr. Wilson himself. He asked her where the high school was and if she could show him. He said that once he got her into the car, they'd drive to the school. He was going to drop her off, but he knew in his mind he wasn't going to do it. He started choking her because she started to get out of the car. You could tell that she was getting scared. He saw the fear, and then when she would not die, he pushed her out of the car and repeatedly drove over her and then attempted to dispose of her body in an empty wooded lot. Judge, that is what is precisely the sort of heightened premeditation that's contemplated by that specific factor. And we would submit to you that that particular factor also carries great weight. The mitigation that defense counsel has presented to this court, we would argue, counts for little weight. Not only that, but it's contested, Judge. It's controverted. Everything defense counsel has presented on behalf of Mr. Wilson, whether it be head injury, whether it be psychological issues, whether it be, family matters, all of that has been controverted. It has not been substantiated. There was no history of brain injury. It's not documented in any of the medical records. You heard here today Dr. Rubino's testimony. You heard counter testimony from Dr. Coyne. All of his scans were normal. Neuroimaging studies, both pre and post-arrest, indicate normal brain scans, although he'd have you believe that he had injuries to his brain. That is not anywhere in the record. As much as he'd like for you to believe it to be so, it is not. The review of the incarceration medical records do not indicate any type of cognitive problems whatsoever, Judge. You heard testimony by Dr. Eisenstein. That was controverted by Dr. Herkoff. Dr. Eisenstein even went so far as to present evidence as related to the Dallas-Kaplan, function system. He tested averagely, Judge. He wants to talk about references to his memory, talking about that he has issues with short-term memory. That's not true. He has an ability to recount events when he wants to. He has an ability to tell stories. He has an ability to make you believe something that isn't true. And interestingly enough, Judge, the neuropsychological testing results are not consistent with any type of neurocognitive disorder. Even Dr. Eisenstein's own tests established that the defendant's executive functioning, the frontal lobe capability to be within normal range. Judge, you haven't heard anything in this particular case as far as any sort of mitigation that would outweigh any of the aggravating factors in this particular case. The aggravating factors should be accorded such great weight, Judge, that they were proven beyond and to the exclusion of every reasonable doubt as to counts 1 and 4 in the indictment as specifically found by this jury. They, Judge, support and are sufficient to warrant a sentence of death. And they are not diminished by the mitigating circumstances and are sufficient to warrant the sentence of death. And as such, Judge, the state would respectfully request this court to recommend and impose the sentence of death upon Mr. Wilson, because not only is it deserved, but it's earned. Thank you.
Anything else? All right. So this will conclude the Spencer hearing unless there's any other testimony or evidence that either side would want to present, especially the defense. Procedurally, my understanding is that we would take a recess at this point and then come back, and at that point that the state would want to present victim impact testimony or no?
Your Honor, I've spoken with the victim's family, and they would like to rely on what was stated at the actual trial.
Okay, so then this would be the final opportunity for the defense to present any other mitigating circumstances for the court to consider prior to coming back and issuing a sentencing order. Is there anything else that you want to?
We have nothing else, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. And Mr. Wilson, again, your opportunity, if you wish to address the court, you may. No one can force you to. No one can force you not to. Is there anything you would like to address with the court?
Wow. Okay. So what'd you say you were going to
talk? Then we will
talk?
be in recess. It's 2:20 now. I'm going to spend some time on the sentencing order. So we will come back here at 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
And I'll present the sentencing order at that time. Oh, another question before we go. I apologize. I know the state presented a written sentencing memorandum. Did the defense? I know you presented orally your sentencing arguments. Was there anything else in writing that you wanted to present?
Thank you.
All right. There was a PSI done. Did you all receive the pre-sentence investigation report?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And for sentencing purposes, I know that there were other charges that the jury found the defendant guilty of. If you would prepare any statutorily mandated fines, fees, or costs that are associated with those charges, do you have that? If you don't, that's okay.
I can't recite those, Judge. That's not a problem. I do have a score sheet as it relates to those additional charges as well.
Very well. Have you shared that to the defense?
Yes, Judge, I have.
Any objection to that?
No, sir.
I'll accept that.
Thank you.
All right, if there's nothing else for the court to consider, then we will recess, and I will prepare a sentencing order and come back here. It said, 4 o'clock?
Thank you.
We'll be in recess.
All right, so he's not talking. You trolled me earlier. Trolled everybody, apparently. Damn, bruh. So, all right, so they said they're going to come back at 4 now and give a sentencing order. So we have to wait again. Okay. I don't know if it's going to be an all-day thing. And apparently no victim impact statements. The family said, no, whatever was said during the trial, that's sufficient. They want to talk. That's their choice. It's going to be titled The Sentencing Part 3. Like, what? We could listen to some calls. I feel like I'd still have to start a new live, but we could listen to some calls. I don't know, 2 hours? Oh, an hour and a half? What the? We could listen to some Wade Wilson calls. One where he's like, hi, Daddy. He has all this stuff to say on the phone. He's killed 2 women. He's the toughest, roughest. And earlier, he said he was going to talk. Yeah, I got something to say. And then now he has nothing to say. what? And I was like, what is he going to say? Because he hasn't shown an ounce of remorse. So is he really going to apologize? Or is he just going to come in there and be like, F you? But that he would definitely get the death penalty if he did that. You know, there's no way in hell. Well, they definitely sent him. I'm sorry, guys. I should have known not to believe a killer, a liar. Will Wilson. What they call that thing earlier? Spencer Part 2. I don't think they needed all that break. How much of a break did it take? It took like I thought this time the whole time the judge was taking some time to decide. It took all that time just to be like, all right, we'll come back later. I guess give him another chance to present any evidence. He didn't speak. He lied. He tricked everybody. He trolled everybody. Spencer Part 2. Okay. And so now the next one. I was going to talk. I really want to see what he's going to say. All right. The real life Joker. Except the Joker talks. Wade Wilson calls. I don't know what you guys want to do. You can listen to some calls until we get there. Until the time comes. Where's that live? Wade Wilson confesses to Mila. I don't know if I should play the. Let's see. We didn't finish this one earlier.
Wilson should be sentenced to death.
Now, it's up to the case's judge to decide whether to uphold that death penalty sentence or give Wilson life in prison.
2 pieces of paper. That's it.
Are you serious?
What? Look, it says, notice of intent to seek death penalty. And then tells us why, or whatever. So, yeah, there is.
This is just one of many jailhouse phone call recordings we have of Wilson. So let's jump right in with a call from his ex-girlfriend, Mila.
Hey, baby. Baby, can you just call me baby, though? You don't have to call me dude and stuff.
Yes, baby. I love you.
I love you, baby. How are you?
The calls usually start like this, by exchanging pleasantries. But this time, Wilson takes a dark turn pretty quickly.
Well, obviously, you know I'm never coming home again.
I know that.
You know that. And so it sucks.
What the fuck? Why do you do this to me? We had everything going for us.
I'm sorry, baby.
You know, it's amazing that some of these women, wow, bro, they really, if you can't find a woman these days, something's wrong with you. The incels out there, yo, they'll take anything. They take killers, they'll take murderers. If you're an incel, I don't know what, you gotta just get out the house, bro. Just show your face. You don't have to make an effort anymore. You don't have to have a job. You don't have to have shit. Bro, what is going on?
We had everything going for us.
I know, baby. I know we did.
You were out. You were in the clear.
I was good. I was good. Yeah.
You had 2 years of probation. I'm just happy.
Baby, I know, baby. I know.
Thank you, Wade.
I know, baby.
I'm never going to see you again. You know that.
You're not going to see me again?
Bro, this is so wild.
From here, Mila asks Wilson about the crimes that at the time of the recording are still just allegations.
What is going on? How did this happen? How did this happen?
I don't know,
How did
dude.
you do this? How? Let's tell me. I want answers.
You want answers? Well, remember when I went to that dude's house or whatever?
Well, then tell me what happened then. I just
Killed the
It's cutting out.
Why,
It's
Wade?
cutting.
Why?
because we went to this dude's house, Mila, and remember when he kept showing us the pictures? Oh, I got this. I
That
got
is really bad. But okay. Oh, hold on. Okay, hold on. What happened? Let me see what I sound like. I sound clear to myself. You guys are saying it's choppy? Let me unplug my audio thing. Hold on. It sounds, I listen to my phone, it sounds clear, but let me unplug it. Do it again. Let me. So okay, let's just do my audio. Right now when I'm talking, am I chopping out for you guys? I wonder if it's certain people or something's going on. I don't know. You refreshed and it worked. I'm talking right. It's choppy right now when I'm talking. Oh, what the hell? Let me see. You don't have to make it fucking. Am I chopping out for you guys? I wonder if it's certain people or something. Sounds clear to me. I wonder if it was the connection because the connection did have a hiccup. Maybe it was the hiccup that happened. Okay, fine. Maybe Streamlabs is telling me that I did have a hiccup, so maybe that's what it was that caused the problem. Bro, it's not. It's them, not you. Okay. The audio that I'm playing though with this guy, it is a little kind of choppy, a little bit, but
get this or whatever.
Yes.
So I went to his house and I did a lot of it. Like he was giving me a lot, and I was doing a lot of.
Why did you kill the girl?
Huh?
what was he doing? A lot of drugs?
Why did you kill that girl?
I shouldn't have. I'm wrong.
Tell me what happened. Did you have sex with?
And they're still, and she's worried about him having sex with the chick, right? Like typical. Their exes are not together. At the time, he was an accused murderer. Now he's convicted, and so I think they just said that like it was still an accusation. He's talking about, yeah, I killed her. Yeah, bro.
With her? You went and killed her? What?
No, I didn't have sex with her. I killed her though.
Why? Why, Wade?
Because I was
Just probably like, phew, you killed her? Okay, but you didn't have sex? All right. That's,
freaking out on those drugs. Whatever he gave me must have been like bath salts or
How did
something
you
else.
progress?
so he's saying he was on drugs.
It wasn't cocaine.
What happened to where you grab a knife and stab her? What happened?
I didn't stab her. Who said I stabbed her?
People keep saying you stabbed the girl. How'd you kill her?
No.
And it sound like you're working for the feds to me. I don't know. Okay.
Choked her out.
I choked her out until she died. Until she was dead.
I knew that you were going to do that to me one day.
Mila, I was never going to do that to you, babe.
Wilson spirals a bit, saying he'll never see Mila again. And to that, she has a pretty honest response.
I'm never going to see you again now.
You
You
can,
had everything going for you.
baby, will you please see me again? This is going to ruin my life if you never see me again, please.
Your life is ruined, babe. What do you not understand? You can't.
Yeah, but if I have you in my, at least if I have you in my life, I won't feel like it's over, you know? Mila, I understand, like Mila, I don't want to be alone without you. I really love you, baby. I'm sorry.
You should kill people, motherfucker.
Okay, mother. I know that.
Wilson says he's done talking, but Mila presses him for answers about that second murder he
Is she wearing a wiretap or something? Like, what's going on here?
committed.
I don't want to talk about this.
Well, you don't have to, but you have to explain something to me.
What is it?
And the other girl, why? She was walking to work, motherfucker.
Yeah, no. I know,
Why?
Mila.
Why couldn't you rob her? Why did you have to kill her?
Because I was freaking out on the drugs. I was on the drugs. The drugs had me fucking...
Real answer, ma'am.
Mila, please don't do this to us right now. Please. Listen, I know, and listen to me. I'm fine. I know you're going to another man that's free, obviously. I know that.
I can't date you. You killed 2 women, and you tried to murder me. I think you would have killed me, too.
Baby,
She said he tried to murder her.
that's you better believe that, ever.
It is cutting out though. The actual thing that I'm playing, it's like cutting in and out.
Did you go to Josh's house and say you killed somebody? Did you go to Josh's?
Yeah.
Why did you do that?
Because, Mila, you know what, Mila? I'm going to be honest with you, all because of you. All because you caused the scene, and I couldn't tell you what I had done, and you were outside with...
Glory says this one, she was on the line with the news.
Did you kill her and then try to kill me and then go try to kill the other girl? And
No, I tried to come see you to tell you what I had done.
Yeah, but did you kill the second girl at that point?
No, I think I killed her later.
Wow.
You think?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. I killed her after I saw you.
This stuff. These are like usually things that people remember when they kill somebody.
I killed her after I saw you.
After I saw you?
Why didn't you just rob her? Why did you have to kill her?
I'm sorry. I don't know.
Why? I kind of want to know why. What was going through your
Hey
head?
Mel, Skeletor Wade and Taylor Shabasinus belong together.
Skeletor Wade and Taylor Shabasinus. Yo, I haven't even thought about that. They would make a great match. It'd be interesting to see what they would do to each other, both high off of meth or bath salts. Who would take out who? I mean, if this guy let her chain him up, it would be done for him. It'd be a wrap. She would do what she did to the other guy. You know, choke him until he passes away. Just watch the blood and his heart beating as she's strangling him. And then play with his dead body for hours and have sex with his dead body using toys and all kinds of stuff. And then decapitate him and drain his blood and leave the guy's decapitated head in a bucket and supposedly his phallus for his mother to come find in the basement later. Yeah, these people would have been a great match with each other. I don't know who would have taken who out first, but yeah.
I heard that you choked her out. She didn't die. She got up and ran. You ran her over with the car. Is that how it went?
That is, yeah, it is. She didn't get up and run. She didn't get up and run. That's not true. I choked her out, pushed her out of the car, and then I ran her over with the car.
How did you get her in the car?
She got in by herself.
So she got in the car by herself.
Did they use this in the trial? This woman did good at getting information. I'm sure they probably used this against them. I guess.
Yeah.
And you took her out in the car.
Yeah.
Pushed her out of the car, and then you
ran her over. Yeah, like 10 times.
You not hear yourself?
And he says that so like matter of fact. Like, I choked her. Yeah, I threw her out of the car. Yeah, I ran her over. Yeah.
Yes, Mila, I do. I hear myself.
Does this sound like something that you want to be saying out loud? Can you believe that you've done this?
No, I can't. I really can't. I was on drugs, dude. I really can't believe it.
This next part of the recording is extra chilling, given what we know now.
But then you never loved me to begin with, if you stop loving me.
I didn't know you were a killer. I didn't know you could kill somebody.
You knew I was a killer. Stop it.
Did not know you were a killer.
So you thought all the story, you thought when I told you I'm a killer, I was lying?
Oh, so he even told her. She was trying to act brand new. I already told you I was a killer. And you took me and accepted me. You had no problem when I told you. Now I did it. That's what some people say, believe it when they tell you.
Yeah, I did, actually.
Well, I wasn't lying.
So that Mila call ends, and later Wilson gets a call from his dad.
Yeah.
Where are you and her at right now? Okay.
Oh, she said we're still.
Where are y'all at?
She said she's not going to leave me.
Okay. Well, let me tell you the truth. Do you know anything about media or anything with her?
No. What happened?
Okay. So yesterday when you called, she set your up. She had a news reporter there.
They're blanking out the curse words too. So wow, this is crazy. So finally, the player got played. This chick, she did a good job. I have to say that she did a good job. The player got played
there and had you on speakerphone, dude. And the news reporter heard you telling her you're the best. They've got it all over the TV. Okay, where Mila calls you a monster, where she says you're a psychopath and she's your ex and you were going to kill her, and they recorded your conversation with her, where you're saying, don't leave me, you're the best thing ever, that, right? And then she's like, I'm so confused.
I don't know. How do you remember that? I thought he didn't have like short-term memory.
So she's playing you right now because she's got the goddamn media there. Now I'm gonna play it for you. I want you to listen to this. This is your fucking girl on fucking TV.
That phone call with his dad leads to this one.
When I was on the phone with you, you were on the phone with the cops, weren't you?
Ooh.
What do you mean?
Like when I was calling you, and you were like, I was like, baby, I need a bus. Baby, you set me up. I went to Joe's Crab Shack, and the cops tried to get me.
I did set you up for that, yes.
You did?
Yeah, I was scared of you.
Okay, fair enough. At least you're honest.
You said you wanted to see me, kiss me on the forehead, tell me something. I was scared of you.
Wilson's other ex, Kelly, also spoke with reporters after his arrest.
It had nothing to do with the police. They were asking me, the news was asking me what happened, and I told them.
How did that feel? How did that feel to talk to the news? Did it feel good?
Oh.
No, because I was just trying to get people to realize that you run to the police after something happens, and they don't always help you. People.
You also called me. You also called me an animal, a monster, and other things.
I did.
And
you did.
I mean,
I did.
The problem is.
So why would you want to talk to somebody like that now?
Ooh.
If you're not
I
trying
don't
to,
even
if
know
you're not,
if I
if
do.
you're not trying to do something negative to me, then what is your reason for wanting to talk to me?
I have given up on trying to get you for what happened because it's not going to happen. There's no point.
So what now?
The only reason
What now?
said all that stuff is to help other women who have been in abusive relationships to get out of them.
You went to the news. You talked to the news. Listen. And you talked about your birthday on the news and shit like that. You supposedly told them everything that you thought that I did. So listen, here's the thing. So if you did that, I'm not going to give you satisfaction of saying anything about that on these fucking phones.
So after all this, Wilson himself decides to talk to reporters. He admits to meeting Christine Melton, but says he's not the one responsible for her murder.
I left her house at maybe, I believe it was between 5 and 6 in the morning. Now, don't quote me exactly on the time frame, but somewhere in between there, if I can remember correctly. And I left her house.
So a question
yes,
inserted in
go ahead.
there for me to get a chance.
Sure.
So you had no involvement in the death of Christine Melton, is what you're telling me.
That is exactly what I'm telling you.
So Christine was alive and well when you left her home in her vehicle with her car. And
yes. In her vehicle with her car? No, I was in her vehicle with her phone. Correct. Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
Now, when you were out that evening at the bar, at the house
Sure.
party on McGregor, at Christine's,
Sure.
did you consume any illegal drugs or illicit drugs in that time, either with Christine or on your own?
No, I didn't, and I understand that that's being said, obviously, by Mila and whoever else. No.
Okay, so now you take Christine's car, you take her phone,
Yes.
you call Mila from her phone.
Yes, I do. Correct. Yes, ma'am.
This interview makes the news, and after that, Wilson gets a call from his dad.
I don't know why you felt the need to sit down and have conversations with these media people and go into detail like you did, because I'm telling you how it was received. It was received from everybody who has heard it, and people are posting all over shit, and they're commenting, and the news. You sounded horrible. You sounded like a straight liar. You were stumbling over your words. You were repeating things, trying to, come up with what you were saying. And it really came off bad, Wade. Really, really, really bad. You got to look at it from another perspective sometimes. And, now they're blasting these phone interviews all over the place where you talk about, having sex with Kristen. You didn't even say her name right. You kept saying Kristen, and her name's Christine. So Kristen's the chick you're talking to now. So that really looked bad.
You can hear in the next part of this recording that Wilson's dad is getting angry. And Wilson's reply, oh well.
Now you're claiming you need $8,000 for legal. You know how much money it would cost to defend her on murder charges? What do you think the state attorney thinks?
I guess it's a good thing I haven't. I guess it's a good thing I haven't been.
Interviews.
I guess it's a good thing I haven't been charged with murder then, huh?
Confession.
I guess it's a good thing I haven't been charged.
No, you will be, unfortunately. You will be. And now, Wade, you're going to wear it because you're dumb. Can't keep your mouth shut.
Oh well, you can't keep your mouth shut. You tell everybody everything. Listen, man. You tell everybody everything. You can't keep your mouth shut.
Save that shit, Wade.
No, that's the truth, though. You know how sad that is. That's the truth.
Don't give nobody my number.
That's the truth.
Don't give nobody the number because I tell the truth. You got this dumb who on the phone with me. You claim she ain't really a fat girl, Dad, but you know she's borderline a fat girl.
Who
you
cares?
Know how stupid you sound.
Who cares? You know the game. Why would you ruin my game?
And we know what happens next.
Game.
Wilson is charged with both murders, tried and found guilty. A Lee County jury recommends the death penalty on both counts, and it's now in.
Wow. So you know the game.
In less than 30 days, a judge will decide whether Wade Wilson will spend the rest of his life in prison or be put to death. I'm Fox 4 senior reporter Caitlin Knapp, and since the trial started, I've been covering it every step of the way. And because of that, I found out that people have been writing to the judge from across the country, asking him to spare Wilson's life. Judge Nick Thompson has received more than
across the country, man. The country. Now, I don't know if these people are just doing this because, you know, there's some people they're against the death penalty. So is it just straight out they don't want somebody to put to death? Or is it because these people believe in Wilson and they want to support him? And, you know, they believe in mental health, even though it seems like they try to prove that he didn't have brain damage. And it seems like they did. They found him guilty. These are acts of someone who has a good sense of what is right and wrong. Again, while Mr. Wilson is properly medicated and not street drugs, he makes good decisions. Bro, so, you know something's warped and wrong with these people? I have not studied Mr. Wilson's past to any great extent, but what I have seen is that it seems like at some point he started making poor decisions. I have to ask if this was his mental health issues continued to get worse. Did he start using drugs around this time? What caused Mr. Wilson? I don't know what the fascination is about this guy. What caused Mr. Wilson to go from everyone saying he was a nice guy, charming, friendly, to a violent person and murderer? Something happened, and I would question his behavior in prison, where street drugs should not be available. They got drugs in there too, supposedly. I mean, he looks clean though, but again, from my understanding, he is getting his mental health disorders taken care of. All these people are advocating more for a convicted killer that killed two women than they are advocating for the two women that got killed. Isn't that crazy? The way the world is, where the world works now. I mean, if it's just from the perspective of like, I don't support the death penalty, and so for every death penalty person, I'm not going to do it. Okay, that's one thing. But like, they're literally just like, he made some bad choices, so, and mental health, so he shouldn't be punished. Or I guess to put to death. From the point of view of a mother of two boys, I knew it was a mom, I have to look at it like at this. I would be terrified if one of my kids had mental health disorder and was undiagnosed and they committed a crime like this. But I assure you, I would be fighting for them to get help that they need and not sentenced to death penalty. I feel the same way about Mr. Wilson. For what reason, I have no idea. I know why. You're attracted to him. But something doesn't sit right in this case about Mr. Wilson. For what reason, I have strong feeling that this man is scared. He is dealing with demons that he created. I wonder if she's listened to the jail calls, because he's pimping out multiple people, having them send money to him and all this stuff. He's thriving. He's thriving in just his environment, his natural environment. Okay, I have a strong feeling that this man is scared. He's dealing with demons that he created and ones he didn't know he even had. Part of me feels that he has been choosing his biological dad's approval or chasing. Chasing, doesn't seem like it to me. He's like F his dad. That's what it seems like to me. Approval since he turned 18, and he has never been able to get it, leading to years of substances to numb the pain he can't fix. Numbing the pain, the stress, and the sadness caused his mental health to get worse to this point where now he is in big trouble. And he is even more scared. I guess that says mom. My mom gut tells me something is not right. I'm afraid of that gut, whatever that gut is. Mama's love. Put up Mama's love on the screen. One time for Mama's love. There she is. As a mom, as a parent, as a human that has compassion, I ask that you please reconsider this case sentence recommendation of death penalty, that you consider a second-degree murder charge for a life sentence, or you come to the conclusion that mental health treatment be better sentence than taking one more life off this earth. So that's how, people are entitled to feel how they want to feel.
Then 10 letters, some pages long. One person said
some pages long? Wow.
In their 7-page letter, please let Wade live. Another,
now let's read that. I beg you to grant him a new trial. So this person wants a whole new trial where he is properly represented. So they said his first attorney passed away, apparently. And or, I don't know what that says. And or a guitar. That's all. I don't know what that. But if you won't, please let Wade live. Please do not take this young man's life from home, I think, or mom. I don't know. These are people who have such worse crimes, and they don't get death. Oh, there's people that have done worse crimes and they don't get death. You shouldn't have been living in Florida. There's a lot of places you can do that and they let you slide. I've also done my research and know that there have been 700 or 200 people exonerated for their the death penalty thing. It's probably going to be a long time. If he gets death penalty, but I don't know he is. If he gets death penalty, he's probably going to be on there for a very long time. Probably doing appeals and stuff. I think it takes quite a long time to actually put somebody to death. But I don't know if he'd actually get an appeal, though, if he got sentenced.
One person said in their 7-page letter, please let Wade live. Another, he is a human being who, despite his flaws, deserves mercy and the possibility of rehabilitation. On top of that, there are petitions online with more than 30,000 signatures asking the judge to spare Wilson's life.
And though it's not clear if it's legitimate, someone started a Fundly.
I can't. I like I said, from the perspective of like, there's people that are completely like anti-death, not death sentence. I can understand from that, to that limit, why they feel how they feel. I guess, but to the point of like a new trial and redemption, nah, bro. Have you seen this guy? No new trial, life without parole. I just don't think this guy should be brought back into society. I think he's a danger. I mean, I don't know if they'll say in the future they come up with some medication that cured. I mean, I don't know. The neurologist that they brought in there said there's nothing wrong with his head. You got no brain damage, CTE, all this stuff. That's what the medical experts said. So, I don't know. But they do say it's more costly, right? It's more costly to have somebody on death row than just to have somebody for life. Right? I know, where's the mercy for the victims? What if it was your girlfriend or aunt? Well, if you're talking to me, I mean, I would understand why people would, if these people killed 2 people, I wouldn't want them to die. But at the same time, I mean, if they get put to death, I guess I'd have to, what am I going to do, right? You have to face the consequences. I just like I just feel like I don't know. I guess because maybe the people are deceased, so the sympathy, compassion is gone already, and so it stays with the person that's alive. And this person, I mean, when you take things into context, he is not sorry at all. I mean, I don't know how anybody could look at this guy and be like, oh, compassion and sorrow. He's been playing. He's the prison swindler. If anybody's ever watched what's the movie Tinder Swindler? He's the prison swindler. He's working these people outside of prison, having them work for him, sending them money. He's playing all these people. The prison swindler. So, I mean, it'd be another thing if he was like remorseful. I'm sorry. You know, I want to get my medication and blah, blah, blah. He's not saying none of that. He didn't even apologize. He's had multiple times to speak, not even an apology. You're being put to death and not even an apology, bro. What? And so the whole world is supposed to get on their hands and knees and be sympathetic for him? I mean, I don't take joy in people's death or anything like that. You know, I guess that's just the law. Like I said, from the other perspective, I can understand if you feel like that. But as far as like redemption and bringing them back into society and a new trial, fuck out of here. I mean, come on, man. That's a slap in the face to the families. I wonder what the families feel. If they're for this or against this, I guess they're for it, because if they were against it, I mean, I don't know if they consult with the prosecution. I mean, I don't know if it's ultimately their choice, but I'm sure the prosecution would consider it, because I think in Brian Kober, that was a topic of conversation. I don't know if they have the death penalty out there or not. Let me see. But that was a topic of conversation, like what did the families want to do? Do they want to go for the death penalty or not? And ultimately, maybe that should be on the families to decide. I don't know. Death penalty, Idaho. Let's see. Idaho had the death penalty since 1864 before the state became a state in 1890. However, executions have been rare, with only 3 since 1976. So it doesn't barely even happens over there. He would probably be just locked up forever, Brian Koberger. Let's see, Florida death penalty. Oh wow, 23 hours ago, a Florida man set to be executed this week. Appeals to the Supreme Court. I don't know, man. I don't know how I totally feel and everything. I mean, some of these people do have mental problems, mental issues, and diagnoses, or even if they find out after the fact, maybe just lock them up forever. You know, I don't know. This guy, Lauren Cole, 57, is slated to be executed at 6 p.m. on Thursday at the Florida State Prison. So this guy apparently was a rapist, signed his death warrant in July. Cole was convicted of kidnapping adult siblings camping in Ocala National Forest in 1994, raping the sisters and murdering the brother. And I mean, so I wonder if those people are they sending letters for this guy, Lauren Cole, right? Let me see. I don't know. Lauren Cole, death penalty. DeSantis urged, so they're telling, okay, so that's what I figured. There's an anti-death penalty advocates. And so they're saying here, as far with this Florida case, they're both Florida cases, I guess. Death penalty opponents stepped up their calls for Ron DeSantis to halt Thursday's scheduled execution. I wonder if he's the only person that can do it. Citing his months of confinement at the notorious Florida Reform School since the 1980s. Damn. I've been there his whole life. Petitions bearing signatures for more than 7,000 people were dropped off. So they got a big movement. They got 40,000 letters for Wade. They got 7,000 for this guy. That's not a popular story, or you know, like a big story out there in the news. Cole's execution will be Florida's first in 10 months. So it's been 10 months since somebody's been executed in Florida. DeSantis ordered 6 executions in 2023, the most in the state in almost a decade. Wow. Those 6 executions occurred during the time the governor was unsuccessfully seeking the Republican Party's presidential nomination. His leading rival, Donald Trump, had, during his term as president conducted the most federal executions in civilian inmates since President Grover Cleveland, 1896. So this guy's sending people to the chair. I couldn't have a job like that. Like, to kill somebody, I couldn't do that. I wonder what, how those people feel, like the executioners, people that are like injecting them, or I don't know if they do the electric chair anymore, but these injections and stuff. Do they just come home at night and I don't know, just live normal lives after that? It's gotta be tough. I don't know. Supreme Court rejects appeal. Attorneys for Cole had argued before state justices that his lawyer in 1995 failed to present Georgia school history as possible grounds for avoiding the death penalty. Well, given DeSantis's history, I don't think he's going to stop this one. I don't know, man. Are all these people that are killers, rapists, blah blah? Is it all mental health? Or some people just deviate like that, or some people are they just wired like that? I don't know. Is it genetics? Doesn't seem like the pharmacy companies have figured it out. The drug companies, right? I mean, what have they been doing all these years? I mean, I don't want to shit on them like that per se, but as far as mental health, it's just like they just have band-aids. There's little, and a lot of it's like experimental. Try this first, see how long it works. If it doesn't work, try this. That doesn't work, try this. No, okay. You don't want to kill yourself? Try this. It's like, you guys should have this figured out by now. But I guess everybody's different, so it's hard to know how these medications are going to work in people. What is 2 life sentences there? 50. That's what I don't understand what that means. 2 life sentences as opposed to 1, right? What does that mean? How many in Florida? A life sentence in Florida can be for the rest of the person's natural life or for a term of years that doesn't exceed life imprisonment. The length of a life sentence depends on the circumstances. A life felony can be punished with life in prison or at least 30 years. That was in 1983. Oh, that was before 1983. Now, on or after 1983, a life felony can be punished with life in prison or up to 40 years. And then after 1995, it says a life felony can be punished with life in prison or a term of years that doesn't exceed life imprisonment. I guess double whammy to make sure he never gets out? Or maybe for each person he's killed, yeah? No way. That sounds about right, Deborah. Deborah said a life sentence in Cali can be less than 15 years. That sounds about right. Damn. No wonder it's so crazy over there. Did you see what that YouTube, the Wiley Show, getting arrested today for, wow, bomb threat in Vegas? No. Jeez.
Raising more than $11,000 for Wilson's quote.
They got $11,000 for this guy?
Into consideration legally? I talked to a lawyer to find out.
The trial and conviction of Wade Wilson has gone viral. Now we wait to see if Judge Nick Thompson will sentence Wilson to life in prison or death.
The judge can go either way. He can say death penalty or he can say life without parole.
FGCU professor and lawyer Pamela C. says despite the jury recommending death,
there is no mandate that says he has to do what the jury recommends.
Since the recommendation, people from...
Yo, Reindeer says that apparently if you're a Florida resident, you can apply to pull the switch of the chair and get paid $150 with total anonymity. It's on the Florida Justice site. Damn, you couldn't pay me to do that. I couldn't have that on my conscience, man. I don't know. I don't know if I'd be able to. I don't know.
South Carolina, California, and as far as Canada are sending these letters to the judge, asking him to spare Wilson's life.
Does the judge have to take any of that into account?
No, he does not. The judge has to take into account the recommendation from the jury.
That's why listen. I say it joking around sometimes, and I'm actually serious. They really should probably bring asylums back. I mean, back then, I know there was a lot of horrible things happening, but I don't know. It'd probably create a bunch of jobs. I don't know if it'd really fix anything, but maybe some people belong in an asylum. I mean, you'd have to have security and all this stuff. I don't know if it just turned out to be another prison with a bunch of meds. I don't know, bro.
And the factual information that is available to him from
another CG said, where do I sign up?
From the trial itself.
Imagine people like high on drugs walking in there, just they want to get their necks fixed. So like, yeah, I'll pull the switch. You know,
both the guilty phase and the penalty phase.
But there's a catch.
However, if the judge happens to read them and sees, well, you know, I hadn't thought about it that way, perhaps the judge can use it in asking questions of the prosecution and defense and needing further information.
The judge does have the law as a baseline.
The judge looks to the aggravating circumstances and looks to only those aggravating circumstances that were determined unanimously by the jury.
He looks at mitigating circumstances, what the defense presented during the penalty phase. There's also what's called a Spencer hearing, where both sides show the judge more evidence.
The judge will look to what does the law say when it relates to the penalty to be given for this offense.
Wilson is expected to be sentenced on August
27. This is supposed to be a little bit of information about the judge on this case. And let's see. Judge denies two motions challenging execution, aggravating factors in Wade Wilson case. About a month after a judge denied 6 motions filed by a man facing the death penalty for the 2019 murders of 2 women, he ruled against 2 other motions in favor of 2. Judge Nicholas Thompson, on April 25th, denied 2 motions filed in the capital murder case against Wade Wilson. The motions challenged execution by lethal injection and aggravating factors in this case. Okay. Although they're sealed court records. So it's separate trials for the different charges, sub to bar victim impact evidence at trial and hope 3 aggravating factors would be dismissed. Okay. I was kind of curious. Maybe I have to look up this judge somewhere else. Okay. Let me look up somewhere else. I'm just curious, like how many times this guy, I don't know if there's any way to find out the numbers, this judge, like what he typically rules. I know it depends on the case, but Judge Nicholas Thompson, County. How many sentenced to death? That's got to be a tough job too, being a judge and being in charge of like sentencing people to death. You know, like, I don't know, just having that on your mind. Denied a new trial. I really wonder what Wade Wilson was going to say and what made him change his mind. Did they talk him down? There is one prison in Napa for inmates. Asylums are not hospitals. When I think of asylums, I almost think of like back in the day, or maybe I'm thinking of American Horror Story, or just like back in the day, like lobotomy, like these horrible, trash, experimental places where they were doing all kinds of experiments. You know, I wonder if they've had like good places that didn't do all that horrible stuff. Wade Wilson. Let's listen to another one. Getting married, baby.
Hey, Joey.
Hey, babe.
Hey, how are you?
All right. Not feeling that great. I'm just in bed, sir.
Wait, hold on. Let me turn the phone up. I can't really hear you. Hold on.
No, it was me.
Oh, okay. Let me cover my other ear.
sorry.
They got the damn TV in here turned up like loud.
Yeah, I'm sorry, babe.
Judges live for that moment. You think so? They're coming back at 4. I might end the stream in a bit, and I start a new one, so we'll come back at 4.
What happened?
I've been sick, and then it comes and goes, but I'm in bed right now, so.
Oh, you're in bed right now? Do you want me to call you back at a different time?
I know. Yeah, I want to talk to you, but yes, I want you to call me back. Both.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. I was actually about to get in the shower, so I can I can call you back.
Oh, can you come do that here?
Yeah. What time is a good time for you?
He said, "Can you come that over here?" He's like, "Yeah."
So you shower at my house right now.
Huh?
I said, can you shower at my house?
I think I need to. I think we both need to.
You fucking, your whole body would be fucking crazy. Can I please get out the shower?
Nurse Ratchet's a good movie.
How you doing, baby? Hey, how's your day?
Good. I'm doing good. It's been okay. Sometimes I go in and out. You know, like when I think about you, though, it makes everything a lot better. But
thank you. But yeah, babe.
Yeah.
Like you're allowed to tell me when you're having a shitty fucking day, brother. Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes I do. Sometimes like today was okay. Like honestly, you know, like when I exercise and I work out, like of course I feel better. You know, I get everything flowing a little bit. And actually, I just got done working out like 10 minutes ago, and then I was thinking of you, and I was like, okay, I have to call him. Like I want to call him so bad and hear his voice. So you know, yeah, no, thank you. You're welcome. Yeah, no problem.
We're getting married, man.
We're getting married, baby.
Yeah, that's what it's like.
We're getting married, baby.
Fuck everybody else in the world, dude.
Hey, listen, are you still feeling sick or what? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, it's coming and going, and then today's just not a good day right now.
I understand. Yeah.
I got like 3 or 4 loads of laundry to do, and I love doing laundry for some reason.
Doing laundry?
Yeah, I love laundry. Yeah,
okay.
I love
doing laundry.
Well, Joey, can I tell you something? That's really good because when I get out there, I hate laundry. I'm not a big laundry fan, like of doing it.
And you know what? And you're especially going to be because JT will be like, hey, I know you ripped off 18 outfits, but that's all I got.
I wonder if he knew this guy Joey before he before he got locked up, or did he just, they made contact while he was locked up?
Oh man. Yeah, but no, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
No. I'm nothing, man.
Oh, listen, babe, I turned in my my form for my pizza, baby.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I gotta put money in, right, in the books.
Yeah, whenever you can.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, they don't. I don't think they take it out today, but it's better to do it so that they, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But I already turned in the form. I just wanted to let you know. And
what's the website where I put the shit in?
It's hold on.
I know I've done it before, but I just can't think of it right now.
It's Connect Network.
Network, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, Connect, and then you might need my. I think I sent it to you on the message, one of our messages, like my ID number. But you could probably, I'm sure you can look that up.
Yeah,
that's not very hard to find out. Hey, and did you read my message where I told you that I wrote the chaplain, right? I told you I'm serious.
You had a boyfriend in jail before?
Yeah.
You asked me, am I serious, Joey? Yes, baby, I'm serious. You asked me if I'm serious. Yes.
That's a done deal.
You know what I was scared of? I was scared that maybe you were just out having so many drinks and such a good time that you were feeling.
No.
You know what I mean? Like maybe you wanted to, but then.
Dude, I'm sorry. it's so fucking stupid and weird that I'm in love with you, so I don't give a fuck, man. I don't give a fuck, man.
I don't give a fuck either. I give a fuck that you're in love with me, but I don't give a fuck what anybody has to say about it.
And how it happened and whatever the fuck, I don't care.
And listen, you know, like, okay, like, this is what I was gonna tell you. Okay, hold on. All the friends that I have, like, on the outside and stuff like that, down in the Keys and here and other places, like, some of them know that, like, you know, that you know who I am. You know what I mean? Like, the real me.
Yeah.
Not all of them do.
Yeah.
But some of them do, and really, it's, you know, they honestly, Joey, they don't judge me, you know, and they never really, they never did, man. They never did.
That's called your real friends. So.
That's called a real friend, you know, like seriously.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's called a real friend. God, I'm trying to listen to you. We got this guy in here in our dorm that's fucking. There's always that one guy that yells like.
I don't care right now.
You heard him, right?
I don't care what I don't care.
It's always, listen, and I'm not listen, Dave, and I'm not being like racist or anything when I say this, but it's always a black guy.
Yeah.
They're always
I get it. I know.
top of their lungs.
And if it was me, I'd be like, stick your dick in his mouth, see if that'll shut him up. Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I'm sorry that you're feeling bad. I really am, man. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry that you're feeling bad.
I don't care.
I hate
I'm just
it.
like, it's okay. Probably, and tomorrow it'll be good because I'd probably, like today, I love doing laundry, but
I don't even know what the other guy is saying. Joey, he's like, yeah. I don't know if he just talks like that. Is he on something? I know he said he was sick, but like, damn, or it's just maybe he has a bad phone.
Do laundry, but.
He loves doing that.
Yeah. I'm just tired as fuck.
Yeah. Hey, this.
Yo, I do want to know what Joey looks like, and I want to know what Joey feels like. I know he's got to be watching the trial, and he's probably got to see that all his calls came out, and he has to see the other calls that Wade has had with these other women. You know.
Listen, what's your favorite laundry detergent?
I like Kier aside from this thing.
Okay.
But I put all the shit on to.
Dawn dishwasher.
If I put like anti-grease stuff on, like the little spots.
Yeah.
Everything.
Okay.
But I think in the future, I'm pretty sure it's called
So they're saying Heather said the chat said that Wade lovers have raised over $70,000. Wow. Honestly, I mean, if he's sentenced to life or if he's sentenced on death row, I don't know if he gets death row, if he can get all the commissary stuff. Maybe. I don't know how it works. But either way, he's going to be good. He's going to be living not as good a person that's free, but he's going to be, these people are going to take care of all his commissary. He's going to have all his stuff paid for. You don't have to worry nothing. He can probably even use that money and, make moves in prison.
What's that stuff called? You come in my mouth? Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, I think so.
Hey, listen, and you know what you told me that really turned me on and makes me. All right, listen. When you told me on one of our messages, you said that that you haven't. When I told you that I wanted to fuck your face and wanted you to swallow me, that you have.
I haven't heard that part. I listened to the Joey calls before, but for some reason, I don't know why. Did they say this before? What is this? And the person that posted this said that they edited this to meet YouTube guidelines. So I was like, okay, we're probably not going to hear shit. Bro!
I haven't done that in a long time. And
no, dude, I don't hook up a lot. So.
Yeah. You told me. I know. And that I like that, and I really want you to do that for me, really badly. And
fuck yeah.
Yeah, fucking right. And it kind of drives me a little crazy that I'm gonna be in here for a little bit longer and can't do that. But
oh, Crystal says Just Suit Pablo has the calls and picks.
Hold on one second, Joey.
Go
ahead. Sorry, somebody was asking me if they could go in the shower.
Okay.
Yeah.
You told me up for $1.
Huh?
You told me up for $1.
For $1?
So babe, I've never done this. Like,
yeah.
But can't we start maybe whatever in a few weeks is not a big deal, not today or something. But can't we start like video chatting and stuff?
Can we start video chatting?
Yeah, is that
what
a
you said?
possibility, right? Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, of course we can. Remember, I have to. Of course, I'm going to be in here for a long time, so we're supposed to, you know. I can. Yeah, listen. At the end of this month, I'm going to be able to change my visitation list, and that's when I can put you on there and then turn it in, and then it should take like a couple days, and then you'll be approved, and then you can set it up online for us.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course Of course we're going to do it. You don't even have to. Joey, that was silly that you asked me that. Of course we're going to.
I know, but babe, I know it's just like, come on. I'm not feeling that very good right now.
Yeah.
Do I need to put money on your Connect here or whatever thing right now? Cause
So I wonder which one's Joey over here, or all three of them Joey at the top right corner here. I don't know. Are they all the same person? Oh, no, because one guy has full head of hair.
I'm sorry. I have some cash in the bank, but if not, I gotta go get it. Hold on.
Okay, baby. Yeah, that's fine. Take your time. I completely appreciate it.
It's not. Yeah, but it's not. I just want to make sure in the morning I can do it. I'm just like right now. I'm staying in bed all. Like I'm not leaving bed right now. So like
Yeah. No, it's okay. It's okay.
Okay. So I want you to have pizza. I want you to have everything else.
Okay, baby.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to tell you.
Yeah, tell me.
I love you, man.
I love you too, Joey. Very much.
I really do.
I love you too so much.
Bottom of my fucking heart, okay?
Okay.
So I'm gonna go back to bed. My dick's so hard, so I'm gonna whack off first, like you, and then I'm gonna go to bed.
Hey, Joey, guess
you
what?
make my dick so fucking hard.
And guess what, Joey? We're getting married. We're getting
I
married.
know. Yep.
I love you too.
I love you. All right, baby. You have a good night. Call me later if you can, okay?
Okay, Joey.
All right, love you.
Love
Bye.
you too. Bye.
Damn, bro. All right. Gonna take a little mini break. I'm gonna move you guys over. We'll be back at 4. All right. Be back at 4 for the final actual sentencing. So we'll be back. Hit the like button, please. I'm gonna take a little break. Go say hi to the baby. Eat a little bit. And I'll be back. I think the judge is probably gonna do death. I don't know. All right, see you guys in a bit. Bye. Bloop, 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 bloop.